Hey everyone, so let's talk about the Amazon Fire HD8 Plus I have here. Is this worth buying on Amazon Prime days? See, this is only $65. Normally it is $120. If you do not get the Plus, just get the regular HD8. It is $55. I would recommend getting the HD8 Plus over the regular HD8 though. You get an extra gigabyte RAM. That's gonna be the main thing here. You get the extra gigabyte RAM. You also get like wireless charging. A little bit of a different back on it as well. It's a really cool textured back. It only comes in this one color, which is like a gray. I think you call it slate. Amongst a few other things here. But I do recommend spending the extra $10 and getting the Plus. Now, is this worth buying for Prime Day? If you have your priorities straight here with this device, if you know what you're buying, I think this is worth it. So this is not a gaming device. This is not going to be able to do any sort of like crazy video editing or anything like that. This is a very much a budget-friendly device. This is probably more towards kids or people that just want it for like reading. It is excellent for reading, I would say, ebooks, and then watching YouTube is not too bad for it as well. But here, let's go ahead. We'll do a bit of a performance test. So like we are just going to do Pokemon.com and easy websites like Pokemon.com here will load in decently quick. They load in, there's already no lag or anything like that. Go ahead and we'll hit Lampent here. And you can see this all loads in pretty quick. It does not do the little animation like some other devices do. With their stats, they kind of go up and down. This just brings you to it. Now, if we go into something like, go to, if I can spell here, go to like Target.com. It's gonna load this in pretty quick as well. Now going to something heavier like Best Buy's website. Websites like this is where it is going to struggle a bit more. This is one of the heaviest websites I ever test. These budget-friendly tablets do not do the best with Best Buy's website. Everything just takes a little bit of time to load in here. Let's go ahead, we'll do this. Now a whole bunch of websites or stores are doing their own sales right now, besides from Amazon, because of Amazon Prime Day. So you have Best Buy has a whole bunch of sales, and I think Target has a whole bunch of sales, or just did, and stuff like that. But we'll come on down here, see like the highlights are not loaded in. So things like that do take definitely a bit more to load in than you would say on like an iPad 9. But the iPad 9 also costs almost $200 more when it's on sale. So for web browsing, it is not too bad. It is pretty good. Then we're going to Roblox here, which is something that Amazon says these are really good for. And just throughout this video, I'm sorry about the fingerprints. These devices are very hard to get the fingerprints off of it. When you wipe them down, like I keep wiping down with my little guy here, it just kind of pushes them all around. It doesn't really get rid of them. But anyway, we'll go into Arsenal, because that gives you an FPS counter. So like loading into the games, it is pretty quick. Make sure our volume is down here. Again, for what is now a $65 device, you cannot be expecting the best performance out of a $65 device. Alright, and for this, I just have graphics down all the way, so you cannot get any lower than what they're in right now. It does have the FPS counter up there, so you can see right now it is hovering around 40. Start moving here, and it is dropping into the 20s, which is still somewhat playable. It's not the worst thing ever. I'm not very good at on-screen controls. Let's see if we can find an enemy here. Thought there was one right there, but I guess not. So again, it's in the 20s. And trying to find somebody. Nobody wants to pop in. I'm stuck. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll just keep on attacking. You can see it's dropping into the 20s when I start attacking here. Now it also depends on your map. The map you're on, the game you're playing, and stuff like that. But you guys can see it is in the 20s. When I go down, it drops below 20. So it is not really going to be the best for Roblox. Amazon kind of touts it as it being good for it. Android devices are just not very well optimized in general for Roblox, and this is no exception. Now, I mean, it can do other games as well, of course. You can do like your puzzle games, stuff like that, so I don't have really no issues with. But anything that's a bit more intensive, it's not going to play the best. Then what I think these devices are really the best for, and what I think they're really made for, is reading. If you do not want to buy yourself an ebook reader, I do think these are actually better unless you're outside reading. I do think these are better for reading than actual Kindle ebook are. The actual ebooks, e-readers, excuse me, for ebooks. So I mean, you can see this is actually rather quick going through this. It gives you that little cool animation with the page turning here, and it just looks really good. I don't know why mine is giving me definitions for a bunch of words. I don't know how to turn that one off. But it's just giving me weird definitions for things. It's usually not how it is. But so you can have it like this, where it has kind of like 2 pages on one type deal, or you can just do 1 page on one. So depending on how you have it oriented. But I do think these are very good for ebook reading. And again, for only $65, I believe that's actually cheaper than their actual e-readers are. I know it's cheaper than the paperweight is, at least. I think it's about half the price, which is also on sale right now. But then if we go into something, I'm going to Archie comic here as well. It is also very good for comics or things like this. So again, you can zip through it if you want to, and you should be able to double tap and it'll go into each panel individually, which is really cool. If you don't want to do that, you can also just zoom in and move it around like that. So this to me is really good for ebook reading. I would actually say it's better than actual e-readers are, unless you're outside, where that e-reader e-ink is excellent for the bright sun. This display is so-so in the bright sun. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good for YouTube. Now again, it does have these giant bezels all around it. Hopefully you guys can see though, the actual screen, the blackness of the screen isn't actually much. So you get like an iPad, and it has like those big bars, black bars going across it. So if I zoom in here, you're not losing a whole lot of the video. So there's original, there's zoomed. So you're not losing a whole bunch of video like you would on an iPad. But that said, this can only do 720. These displays are set to, the display is at 720. This is not full HD, this is just standard HD. So, and again, it is only an 8-inch device, but I think it is still pretty good for watching YouTube if you want to do that. Then we'll go into, and there's your speakers maxed out. One here, one there. So it is not the loudest, but they actually do sound pretty good. So I mean, again, I think this is another decent use for this device is watching YouTube, because it is nice and small, so you kind of stick it on a table if you're eating or something like that, and it gets decently loud and doesn't sound too bad. So is this device actually worth buying for only $65? I think if you are just going to be, especially if it's going to be like e-reading, this thing is excellent for e-reading. I would say it's nice, it's small, and doesn't weigh a lot, so it shouldn't tire out your hands that quick. It is decent for watching YouTube, and it is okay at web browsing. It's not going to be the quickest thing out there. It is not very good for gaming though. Again, this is a pretty cheap device at normally only $120, and now down to 65. It's not going to be great for gaming. It is not an iPad. But with that said, for $65, again, for e-reading, for watching YouTube, and like web browsing, or doing something like Facebook here, this thing is good. I mean, you can see this loads in Facebook pretty quickly as well. So, yes, I think it is worth it if you know what you're buying. If you want a gaming machine, it is not going to be great for that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one. Let me know what you think. Goodbye.